All right, bag tag tutorial. Supplies you need. So I already have it hooped. We're gonna use, this is like a 6 mil clear plastic. We're using this as stabilizer. I'm just gonna use scraps that I already have. So I have this light gray felt that I'm gonna use for the main part on the front and the back. But I'm gonna sandwich some stiffer white felt in the center for a little bit more structure. The shaker part for the plastic on the top, we're using upholstery plastic. This is a lot thicker. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. It's on the roll and they cut it by the yard. So think about plastic that your grandmas would buy to cover the couch or chairs. It's the same plastic. And then I'm going to use this thick glitter because I already have it. Don't use this type of like crafting glitter. Well, it's all craft, but you want something that's going to move. This doesn't move. And we know this because we've used this before. So let's get into it. I already have my design loaded. I select all the colors and I'm adding my son's name to it. So I'll show you how to do that probably at like the end of the video. All right, so we walked the design. I forgot to press record. I made sure it's gonna fit. We're gonna click this until it's on that A. That way it will stop after each color thread and it won't just like work through the design completely. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first stitch that stitches out is going to be the tack down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the gray down, but I'm going to sandwich it. So I'm going to put the white and then the gray on top and then run it. So right now, all I'm doing is just running the stitches. I'm just pressing start after each stop, and I'm just having it run through the stitches until I know that I get to the part where I need to add the plastic for the glitter and then the back. This is where we're at so far. I'm going to clean up this little thread right here, and then the next stitch should be for the plastic. But I realized that this file, the way they advertise it, it's like a front and back, so you technically have to do this twice and nobody has time for that. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it over to the back side. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach, hopefully I have a big enough piece. I think if let me see. I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece to the back now, and I want it to be like a little bit offset to the design. Hold on a second. Okay. Let me just clean up these little threads. You got to be careful because with the plastic, it might melt it a little bit. But we need it clean. So this is what I'm going to do. Basting spray. I'm going to attach the back piece. It might be really tight. I don't think I have enough fabric. Okay. And then we're going to put it back on the machine. Let me get this other little thread. We just have to be careful because I know felt melts. So I don't want to get too crazy. At this point, we're going to put the plastic on for the shaker. Now, I saw another designer do this where she put the plastic on and then she runs the stitch like 3/4 of the way around. She stops it, adds the glitter, and then finishes it. So that's what we're going to attempt to do here. I stopped it. I'm gonna trim off the thread here. So you can see how it didn't finish the stitch right here. Let's put some glitter in it. Not gonna lie, I'm not really sure how well this little pocket's gonna work, but I'm hopeful. Let me see, what can I do? Can I hold it? Oh. This is a real life tutorial. Let's see, can we get it in there? We don't need much, you know? I definitely probably, oh, you can't see anything with my big hand. I probably would have left a bigger hole. That's a lot. Okay. I think we got it. We got it. Okay. Just heavy on the good enough. Let's finish that stitch out. And then I had added a stop. That stop wasn't there. It was just going to continuously go. So I added the stop so that I could trim the plastic before it does that clean edge. So let's trim off the plastic. Alright, that's how we're looking so far. I think the only stitch that's left is the outline, and I don't know that I left enough material. So one thing with this bag tag is, although it is applique, you're not gonna trim it out because this one has like an outside edge, if that makes sense. So let's see if I left enough material. Wonk wonk, thread break. Alright, so first thing first, I had enough fabric for the front. Let's see how the back looks. I haven't looked yet. Well, wonk wonk. It's not as clean because of the bobbin, but let's see what we can do. Alright, so then I just used this like poker thing I had, and I just poked the hole to put the tag in. Okay, what I learned, I probably wouldn't use felt, at least like this flimsy felt. I'd probably just use the thicker stuff, or like those vinyl sheets. I don't really like how my edge came out because you can see all 3 layers. The back's not the worst. I used this Expo marker and I just kind of like filled in the big stitch that you can see. I mean, if you wanted to, you could make 2 of the tags, skip the lettering and the pocket part, and then you'd have to line them up perfectly to sandwich them together, but that's bag tag.